Do your daily draws ever feel flat? Like you pull a card, you stare at it, and it's just crickets. Or maybe your daily card draws just don't inspire you anymore. They don't excite you. I've been there. I feel like we have all been there. And today, I want to share with you 5 ways to reinvigorate your daily draw so it actually feels alive, useful, and dare I say it, fun. Okay, fine viewers, the first thing I recommend doing before you even pull out a card is to pick the right deck. I have Todd Alcott's Horror Tarot here. We'll look through this while I discuss. This deck, I love this deck. It's cheeky, it's sarcastic, it's fun, but we often don't talk about how tarot is really kind of like its own little portal. Every deck is its portal into its own world. Its creator had specific intentions with their deck. And you can read any reading with any deck for any purpose, right? But the energy of this deck is not necessarily one where I would just randomly pull one card with no question over a cup of coffee first thing in the morning as my card of the day. Because this is the Horror Tarot. And it does influence not only your brain, your subconscious, but it's in how it impacts your subconscious, that is manifest throughout your day. So while this deck is cool and great and wonderful to take and do general readings, at a party, whatever, it's not necessarily the deck that I would suggest using for a card of the day, first pull in the morning as your daily card. That's just how I have come to realize daily draws work best for me. So I like to suggest to people that they pick something supportive, something balanced and lighthearted, something that sets you up to thrive throughout your day, and not to spiral, easy first step to take when you're about to do your daily card pull. Okay, so now let's see. We have chosen the right deck for the purpose, right? We've chosen the right deck for the mood. So then step 2 is to ask a question. If I can get the deck out of the box. Yeah, the next step is to ask a question. The purpose of tarot, everything has a purpose. And the purpose of tarot, its only purpose, is to answer questions. So when you just randomly pull a card, you are essentially just randomly grasping energy. And then you're confused over what to do with it. What does it mean? So ask a question, right? Just ask a question. Make it a meaningful question. Instead of, what is my card of the day? Try, what energy do I need to be aware of today? Or, how can I shift my perspective in times of stress today? How can I be my best self today? Ask empowering questions. Ask legitimate questions. Ask actionable questions to your tarot deck, and it will give you profoundly refreshing answers. That is number 2. Ask a question. Okay. Advice number 3. Ditch the keywords. I love keywords. I think that they can be really helpful in the beginning. Even if you are a super experienced reader, I still think that there's a time and a place for keywords. But I believe that keywords should be training wheels, and that we shouldn't lock ourselves into a keyword. Gosh, it reminds me of like when a child asks, what is that thing flying up in the sky? And we tell it it's a bird. The naming of the thing stifles curiosity. The child will always just think, oh, that's a bird. And I feel like it's the same with keywords on tarot cards. When we label a card with one word, or even a few words, we stop seeing its fullness. We stop seeing the positive aspects. We stop seeing the negative aspects. We stop being curious about what else is this card trying to tell me. So ditch the keywords. Let yourself notice color. Let yourself notice shapes. Let yourself notice the symbols and the feelings that come up when you pull a card. Stay curious. I love the Sassy Dragons Tarot, and I love the little write-ups here. But sometimes when I use this deck, I don't even pay attention to that. I just look at the beautiful artwork and I let that inform the reading. And then sometimes I'll come back down here and that write-up will have a meaning. You know, it will apply. But I always let that come second. And that applies to any deck where I have keywords or a little write-up on it. That always comes second to the feelings, to the sensations that I get from the cards. So stay curious. That's number 3. You know, ditch the keywords. Stay curious. Look outside of your comfort zone. Okay, the 4th idea I have for you here, fine viewers, is to command the energy. Your daily draw isn't your boss. It's your ally. So let the card inform you. Let's say you pull the 9 of Swords here as your card of the day, first thing in the morning. It's a heads up. Right? It's not a doom forecast. That's not what the cards are trying to tell you. The cards are trying to tell you that, hey, you're going to get really up in your head today. You're going to panic. You're going to overreact. You're going to have those repeating thoughts that just keep poking at you. So instead of spiraling, catch yourself, right? Become more aware of your thoughts and catch yourself when you enter this 9 of Swords space. And then you can turn this disempowering, woeful 9 of Swords into an empowering 9 of Swords. You are the one who gets to decide how this energy plays out, right? You are the one who gets to decide whether you live in this 9 of Swords energy, whether you grasp and hold on to it, or whether you just let it wisp on by you. So be aware of the power that you hold in your interpretation of the cards. And then along the same lines is translate this into action. You know, how can I live this energy today? If you pull Strength, how can I live as Strength today? You pull the Chariot. Ask yourself, where can I bring things together? Where can I be more successful? Where can I be more driven? If you pull the 5 of Cups, ask, even on your worst day, and you pull the 5 of Cups, ask, what is there that's still left? Right? So the last bit of advice I have for you, dear viewers, to reinvigorate your daily draw is to make your daily draw real, to live it. That doesn't mean, like, if you pull the Queen of Swords that you need to turn into the bitch du jour, you know. You can get playful with it, right? How can I embody the Queen of Swords while still having fun, while still being myself, while still being playful? You know, you pull the 7 of Pentacles. Where can I be more patient? Yes. But where can I begin to see that things are growing? You know, like, what is there that I can harvest? So that is my 5th and last tip, dear viewers, for reinvigorating the daily tarot draw. The daily tarot draw? The daily draw tarot? Tarot daily draw? I don't know. However you want to say that, fine viewers. So there you have it, fine viewers. 5, well, that's 10, but 5 ways to reinvigorate your daily draw. Pick the right deck. Ask a question. Ditch the keywords and get curious. Command the energy. Don't let it command you. And then the last is, how can you translate it into action? That's it. Daily draws are not fortune cookies. They're conversations. If you try even one of these shifts, I can pretty much guarantee that every pull is going to spark something new within you and within your practice. And hey, tell me in the comments, which of these 5 are you most excited to try in your own practice? Okay, fine viewers. That is all I've got for you today. Thank you so very much, and bless you if you have made it all the way through that. Truly, it means the world to me. Be sure to like, subscribe, share, do all the things that help a small channel grow. I'll see you next time. Bye.